like literally gets up and just starts slapping him around, and we were like, what are you doing? And she starts screaming at us. She's like, come on, you fucking ugly bitches, let's go. So Stu's like backing, like pushing her and holding her into a corner, and she's like, come on, fight me then, bitch, like you're not gonna do anything. And my roommate Lindsay was standing right there, and I was like, Lindsay, run up on this bitch, go run up on her. And Lindsay goes, all right. And Lindsay just runs up on her and starts punching her in the face. And they're trying to like separate each other. And so then she's outside like slapping the shit out of Stu. And we told her that if she laid another hand on Stu, we were gonna fucking get serious. So she's outside slapping Stu around, and I go out and I grab her by the hair and I just punched her in the face like 6 times. Stu pushes me off and gets in between us. And then I was just like in a rage, like swinging, and I swung my fist and hit Stu in the head and knocked him on the ground. And then I was like, oh, I gotta stop. And so Stu got up, we locked the door, we called the cops, or somebody called the cops because we were fighting in our hallway of our apartment. Okay. It's like indoors. Yeah. And the cops ended up coming, and she was resisting arrest, and she was only 20. And was hammered, and they ended up having to put her in a helmet and body straps, and 5 cops came in there and threw her in the back of a car because she was resisting arrest. Because she was so hammered. And then I got subpoenaed to go show up at a court. Water.
Please be sure to stop by the Van 72 shop.
I got subpoenaed
Sweatpants, short sleeve t-shirts, hoodies, quarter-zip jackets, long-sleeve t-shirts, shorts, and hats. Get all Nike products 25% off at the Van 72 shop. Located just off the lobby.
She like ripped the chunk out of Lindsay's hair though and like gave Lindsay a black eye. She didn't touch me, but Lindsay was like, I'm not going to court because they'll be able to see like obviously that I was fighting her. And so then she got 6 months probation and 12 months of anger management. And Stu has a restraining order on her.
Wow.
Because she beat the shit out of Stu.
Really?
Because he was just saying, he was like, I'm not going to hit you.
You can't hit that, yeah.
He was like, I'm not going to hit you, Courtney. I'm not going to hit you, Courtney. And so she was like, fucking hit me. Hit me, what are you going to do? And she's just like slapping him and scratching him and punching him in the face. Like, it was bad. And he just bought a $100 shirt from Express, and there was blood all over it.
That sucks.
It's not like he can return it. Oh yeah, my girlfriend beat my ass. Can I get my shirt?
When I was on senior trip, I was done. I was so done. And I ran upstairs because it was 3 floors, and the only time I could make that run was if I was crashed.
Oh
no. And I ran upstairs, and 2 of my guy friends were laying on the floor, and I tripped. So I grabbed the bunk bed ladder, and I fell, and I knocked out my friend. And I looked over, and I was like, Dakota, wake up. And I was like, I don't know what to do. So I was so drunk, I fell asleep. But he woke up, and he thought his name was Dustin. And he didn't know anything. Like, this big guy had to like lift him up and bring him downstairs. And I like woke up early the next morning, and he was outside, and I was crying because I was like, Dakota, like, I'm so sorry.
Concussions are so scary. Like obviously with wrestling. Oh my god, I have seen so many people like when their head's like right here and they fall back, and then the top of their head hits the mat. Oh my! And all you see is them just go.
Yeah, when we were at Ohio State, he landed on his neck, and he was face down, and he wasn't moving. And I didn't know what to do. But my friend, he has 4 or 5 concussions. I mean, he's still smart.
How many do you have? Isn't it 7?
3? Oh, I don't know, or maybe a year.
I think it's 7 until you have brain damage.
Oh, there's
but
a certain
3
number
until you can't do any more.
Yeah.
Sports. I'm pretty sure it's 3.
My friend wrecked his 4-wheeler. He burst his appendix, everything. So he walked to the house he was closest to, and he like knocked on the door, and then he just walked in because he was dying. And he grabbed the phone, and he was calling 911, and the lady came out of the shower.
Inside! Don't work inside!
He's dying, and the only reason he like was helped is because the lady called the cops on him.
Level down now! Level down! Level down!
Get a good stand!
Wow.
But he did so bad in high school because he just fell with concussion
Head in
after
front!
concussion.
Head right on his head!
Yeah, I remember this guy in high school. He got a concussion,
shots here, no
and he
shots.
was off for like. He was supposed to be off for like 2-3 weeks, but he came back a little bit earlier than he was supposed to, and he got a concussion that same match. And they were like, oh my god, like of course he would be the one.
Yeah, exactly.
Stalemate, 36 seconds remaining.
Keep going! Come in! 8! 3, riding time advantage. Spohn, 57 Hey, let's go, Spohn! Hey, Bree, let's go!
Once again, favor to remind you, Gold Flex is back home here in the Rec Center.
They all have it. There was one kid, I guess he quit. He was in my exercise class and he sat next to me, and I was like, you just have it all the time. He was a coach, so
Yeah, you can always tell when a wrestler, who a wrestler is because of their age.
yeah. Like all of them always have it.
It's just because, like I know older people that have it were wrestlers because they didn't have headgear. Like they used to not have headgear.
Yeah.
But I don't know how like kids like this age get it so
Practice,
bad.
probably.
Do they not? Like they
I don't
had to
know.
wear headgear at practice in high school.
I've been to one practice and I didn't pay attention. I don't know.
No, it's not. We could have had that last statement.
Yeah.
But I'm very used to that. The wrestling room.
Oh,
It's the most disgusting smell I've ever smelled in my life.
They would give me sweaty hugs and I was like,
Oh yeah, I got sweaty hugs a lot. Mostly because they knew that I hated it, so.
Scored 5-3 after 2 periods. Spohn will be in the down position to start the 3rd period.
No rolls! Just get to your feet
I
here!
can't believe you drove all the way here.
No, stay! Solid! Solid!
Yeah, well, me and my mom and my brother all drove up here together.
Okay.
And I only drove like 6 hours, and my brother drove the other 6 hours, because it's 12 to get to Toledo. My mom didn't drive anything, because me and my brother loved Toledo.
Yeah.
And then my mom and my brother flew back, and my dad drove up for Christmas.
Stay on that elbow! Elbow go
And then, because like our friends have miles on their card, so like they can do airport and you can do like hotel rooms with their points. And so they gave us, they gave my mom and my brother a ticket back home to Kansas. from Detroit. And then me and my dad a hotel room
That's
for
nice.
5 days. 5 days. Free. They didn't have to pay.
That's awesome. When did you come here?
I came here December 20th.
Okay.
And my mom left.
Did you stay with your family?
Still
then?
a 1
My mom left like 3 days after Christmas, and then my dad left. We came up to Akron and stayed there for a week, and then I moved in here last Friday, and my dad left on Saturday. But me and my dad, I really don't like my dad that much.
Really?
We don't get along at all. And like he's bipolar.
Okay.
And he lost his leg a couple years ago from a bad knee replacement.
Okay.
And like he just turned into a total douchebag after that. And so I basically told my mom that I don't want him to be a part of my life anymore until he gets help. And I'm really glad that I'm here, so I don't have to do
Good stance.
because he told me he was gonna knock me out.
No throws,
Like,
no throws. Good stance, no throws.
And then I was like, fuck you. And he was like, you have to use that language towards me. And I'm like,
That's hard to deal with.
like he makes me feel like I'm crazy.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, I understand. Like, I'll make sure that he gets help.
Final score is 6-3. Kent State, Jerald Spohn.
I really miss my mom and my brother. Like, I really miss my best friend.